If you are not a follower of Cringe Hub, you ever heard of Cringe Hub? It's an Instagram account that I really, really love. And I saw this and it makes me really happy. All right, here we go.
So I just went for a run, did some workouts, some push-ups. I'm just pulling back my foreskin and I'm just waving my hummus cannon around.
So what? Give me 1 second, man. What are we saying here? Also, is this not like the guy Megamind? The star of the movie Megamind? Like, and usually I don't talk about, looks. I think that's a low blow. Just kidding. It's not a low blow. But like, that is Megamind with a hummus cannon. Let me start that over.
Run, did some workouts, some push-ups. I'm just pulling back my foreskin and I'm just waving my hummus cannon around, that shroom. I'm sniffing. And there's a very subtle pheromonal primal secretion of apocrine pheromones.
Right. So is this Liver King? Is this Liver King's son? You know that Liver King has kids, right? So I think that this very well possibly could just be Liver King's child. And I hope that we're sniffing and I hope that we're waving.
Underneath the foreskin and from the sides of the glands and the...
Whoa. Tell me, okay, this looks like Madame Tussauds fucking herself.
What's it called? The scrotal sac.
Oh, what's it called? The scrotal sac. I know that very well. I know your scrotal sac very well. Here's the thing, and I think that this is very, very telling of the content, right? This has 29 or 20,000 likes, and the top comment has 5,000 likes. That's very, very telling what's going on. Bye, Angelina. I appreciate you. Thank you for gifting so much. You're fucking crazy. Thank you.
And it's really interesting because in ancient Sparta...
No. We don't need to tie this back to the ancient days, do we? You know, like, I don't understand why these primal people will say shit like that. They'll go, yeah, I'm doing this really insane thing with my labia minora. And it actually goes back to hieroglyphics. Does it? Does it go back to hieroglyphic times? I don't fucking think so, dude.
The men were constantly working out with their foreskins forward.
Sorry, I didn't show that part. Before skedaddle, I wanted to suggest you post the Discord link again so we can get that place active again. I will write that down. I will absolutely do that. I'll put that in like a chat or something. Okay, thank you. Now, can we get back to this guy talking about sniffing the side of his glands? Because, sir, I don't understand. I don't get it.
They would wear this little thing.
I mean, how is your fucking head shaped like that? That looks like a TikTok filter, no?
Called a kynodesme.
What'd you call me?
Kynodesme.
Okay. Let's break it down for a second. When you have a degree in whatever the fuck this is, you need to stop. You need to take a step back. And I get that he's in heat. He's a pheromonal cat, you know? But something, we need to break this down because you need to stop what you're doing. Back in the ancient days, we used to do what? Where do you say that makes no sense? Because back in the age, I mean, that would be passed on to me because historically, the way that the primal people did. I don't. And this guy does that for a living. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that ballsy? Literally,
which in English means dog tie.
It means dog tie. What the hell does that mean? I don't. Which, I mean, that means dog tie. So it means meat rocket.
And it was a string to tie their foreskin forward, and then the foreskin underneath would get very, very sweaty during the workout, during the naked wrestling, etc.
Okay, so we're doing naked wrestling, tying our foreskin forward, and that's a primal thing, right? This is not. Yeah, I mean, in the comments, this says like, this is probably the most complex way to say like, let's be gay I've ever heard. That's so true. That's very true. Like, I think genuinely we could just be like, yeah, that's enough. Like, step back. You know, we're going to be gay. We're going to wave our foreskin and our meat hammer around.
And then they would go and shower together. And
okay, that's where it gets a little pushy to me.
they would pull back their foreskins, and you get this very rank, primal, masculine, pheromonal release from all of the mushrooms.
All of the mushrooms. What is this guy talking about? So he's talking about how he just went to the bathroom, right, and pulled back his foreskin, and there was a yes, he does call it homoerotic bonding. But what I think is kind of like sick, and not sick in a bad way, but like sick in a cool way, is like this video started just because this guy had to pee. All he had to do is pee. And he can sit down or stand up and make a video like this.
Rooms in the bathhouse after they wrestled naked in the gymnasium.
Why did we bleep naked? I think that there was a lot more to this that needed to be bleeped. Are you kidding me? A lot more of this needed to be cut out. Right?
Gymnos means place of male undress. And so I find it really interesting. Men are really missing out on that aspect. Like, there are, you know, hockey dudes who get naked, they pull back their foreskins, and then they'll shoot their hummus onto a cookie.
This is the longest video I've ever watched. I'm not kidding. I think that this may be the most painful, long video I've ever experienced. So he's talking about hummus. I didn't think that I thought he was talking about something else. But now when we reference hummus, we reference that. And then you do it onto we're talking about cookies. We're talking about cookies. Are we talking about crumble cookies? Are we talking about the new flavor of the week? Wait. I know that most of this crowd is girlies or non-binary queens, right? We don't have many men watching, but y'all don't know about those? Sorry, you don't know about this? I might have to inform you about some sick shit that guys do when they're kids and they're playing sports.
But it's always done in the dark, in a sense of like in shame and secrecy. Let's bring these rituals back into the light, back into the sun.
We have a few men.
Let's get those mushrooms out and sniff, sniff, sniff. And
sorry, let's get those mushrooms out and sniff, sniff, sniff. Hey, Zephyr, somebody just said, I'm back. What did I miss? Go leave. Just leave. I say that you don't need to see this, you know? Let's get those mushrooms back and fucking sniff, sniff, sniff.
Bring in 5D, right? We need to activate the pheromones into the olfactory sense.
The olive factory sense? Olive.
So I just went
nice.
for a run.
Oh, we just went for a run. That's what it was. So what happens is you go for a run and then you tie, and then you sniff, sniff, sniff. That's one of the grossest fucking videos I've ever seen by a man who seems like won the genetic beard lottery.
Some workouts, some push-ups. I'm just pulling back my foreskin and I'm just waving my hummus cannon around, that shroom. I'm sniffing. Now there's a very subtle pheromonal primal secretion of...
Wow. I mean, and yeah, of course he has gauges on his ears. You know? Of course. No, that video was over. I don't know. I feel like that video was at least 2 minutes long, but I love that. And it was amazing wording. Somebody just said in my Twitch chat that was poetry, and I really do think it was. If I had, better captions on this video, I would have been able to understand more of what he's saying, but they bleeped out naked. Naked is not the worst part of that fucking video. The worst part of that video was him talking about his fucking meat hummus cannon. You know, I'm going to run outside and smell grass now. Absolutely. The dynamic captions, I know, using CapCut.